Hey everyone, I'm back. And once again, I'm in orange. It's my color. I love it. I am here again to watch some TikTok of fat acceptance stuff. And it's about that chubby filter that you put on people that apparently shows them what it would be like if they were chubby. How did I find out about this? Well, I was trolling the farms, as one does. That is Kiwi Farms, where I was looking at fat acceptance content. And they just happened to have a whole thread about there. So thank you, Kiwi Farms. Total credit to you guys and all your people who post things on there. I know there's definitely dark quarters of that website there, but every now and then you come through. So once again, what is this chubby filter? So the chubby filter, it's like, imagine you're just like a normal average sized person and you put the filter on you and it shows you what you look like if you're a little bit fat, right? And fat acceptance is really mad about this for obvious reasons. I mean, I can totally get it. Like, nobody wants to have people in the comments of these videos going, ew, I would never want to look like that. Yeah, nobody wants to be told that they wouldn't want someone to look like them, right? You're going to take personal offense to somebody else's reaction to their appearance. At the same time, as somebody who looks like that, I mean, even more so, I mean, I'm not just chubby, I'm just regular fat. I can tell you, it's not fun being here, okay? Realistically, it's not great being here. I would rather be in their situation where I'm like, well, thank God I'm not chubby, right? Because I would feel physically better, mentally better, all these different benefits. But yeah, let me show you what this filter is so you're like no longer confused. Okay, let's turn this volume off. And we've got this beautiful looking woman here eating like a sandwich. And let's see what happens. She's like, oh my goodness, no. And it made her chubby. I will say she has bigger boobs and this good for her. So yeah, she's still, in my opinion, she's still cute, but it definitely made her look fatter. Here is another one. Filter comes through and she's fatter. Once again, bigger boobs. It's really rare to have one without the other. And then we have a group of people here. Expect us if we keep up with doner kebabs, Domino's, McDonald's breakfasts, and Chinese every night and going to the gym tomorrow. Hey, they're not wrong with that, okay? They're not wrong with that. And the filter's going on them, and now they're chubby. Yep, it's just, that's basically it. And they're all like, no, well, how dare you, right? How dare you? How dare you abhor at being fat? Well, I'm abhorred at being fat and I am fat. And it's just because it feels awful to be here, guys. You're probably like thinking, oh my goodness, Lisa has posted like what, 20 something videos in a row? I think tomorrow will be 20 after I've taken like months long absences. And that's because I've been dealing with my health, right? When you're this big, it is difficult to find the energy. Just even thinking about putting on makeup to make these videos has given me such anxiety because I've been so exhausted. It's only because after I got through like February and January, I was like, you know what? I actually feel good enough that I can just sit down and make videos. I can actually do this right now. And a lot of it has to do with the weight loss, but also like reducing my inflammation and eating like higher nutrition. Like, it takes a lot of work to lose weight and really like put effort into your health when you're this big. That yeah, I had to take long breaks just to focus on that and then come back to YouTube. I definitely, that is my priority, not this. That being said, I can sympathize with these people not wanting to be fat because it's kind of terrible to be here. But let's see what somebody else who's chubby has to say about it.
Oh my god, this filter makes you chubby. Imagine me if I was fat. This is me chubby. Chubby AI filter. Literally shut up. Imagine you're just trying to exist on this app and you see thousands of people using an AI filter to have a body that looks like your body, shaming it, and all the comments being like, oh, imagine. A lot of people can't imagine because that is their body. Do you know the average size woman in the UK is like, what, like a 14 to 16?
And that's probably because the UK diet is almost just as terrible as the US diet. And yeah, I agree with her. It is awful to have people like, oh, that's so gross, etc. I would never want to be like this. But there are such things as just like harsh truths, okay? And one of the harsh truths is like, people don't want to be fat. People would prefer to be healthy. They prefer to have their body working. They would prefer to be what they perceive as more attractive. And we need to stop acting like that's a problem.
So this is people's reality and you're taking the piss out of it. Like, why have we gone back so many years? Are we going back to 2000s? I know Ozempic is a thing. I know it's skinny is in, whatever, skinny was never out. But let's not. Why are you acting like being fat is the worst thing in the world? Oh my god, imagine if it was chubby, like the world would still be spinning. It is not that deep. Like, I've got a belly on me. Okay. Why is everyone so fat phobic, so scared to be fat? Also, a lot of people who are bigger aren't necessarily unhealthy. They are working out many times a week. They are eating good. There's so many factors that could play into someone's weight. It doesn't mean they're unhealthy. And also, you don't know when it could happen to you.
So if I look at someone like her, I would say, yes, there's a possibility that she is healthier than me, okay? She still has the visceral fat to some extent, but I would think that she's still relatively healthier. She looks maybe like she's either overweight or just in like obesity class 1, not to just to try to like pin her down into one of those like categories. It's one thing to say maybe she has some factors that are making her gain some weight, and a completely different thing to say somebody who's 300 to 400 pounds has factors that are making them overweight. Okay. Remember, fat is a spectrum, right? It's a spectrum that they are imposing on society in order to make you disassociate with the idea that there are different levels of fatness. Okay. They only ever want to talk about different levels of fatness when it comes to like social oppression or their idea of social oppression, but never when it comes to actual physical health, which is why they reject the word obesity and sometimes call obesity a slur, because they cannot stand that there is a class system to weight. And the higher you are up on that class system, the closer you come to a morbid outcome. That's why they call it morbid obesity, super morbid obesity. My goal right now is just to get into morbid obesity. Okay. I'm almost there, guys. I am almost there. Okay. We're keeping our fingers crossed that I get there soon.
You can have kids and your body completely changes after. I honestly used to be size 6 until I turned 21, and then suddenly I went to a size 12 in a year for no reason. I just had my second puberty and it gained weight, and I went on a journey with it, and I've learned to love my body because there's nothing wrong with having squishy bits. I understand that I am still a straight sized woman. I cannot comment on plus size experience, but I also just want to put my 2 cents in that, like, just shut up. It is so stupid, it's so rude. It just comes across like I'm better than you because I'm skinny. It's like, so you might be skinny, but you're a mean girl, okay? And it's not funny, it's not cute, it's not clever, and you just need to get a life, all right? Let's try and lead with kindness. You might be skinny, but you're horrid inside. When my eyes are closed, I see you for what you truly are, which is ugly. Close cap cut and touch some grass, all right?
Okay, I do like how she like referenced an Amanda Bynes movie at the end of that. And yeah, I do think, yeah, it can be really mean to just go really off the deep end with being like, oh my gosh, it's so gross. I hope I never like turn out this way. But I do think it's completely justified to say I never want to be this way because I would be unhealthy. But even then, as I said, it's okay to care about how you look. Okay. It's okay to care about how you present yourself in society. I always bring this up, but like, anybody who was like a child during the 90s and had like the don't judge a book by its cover, and also the it's on the inside that matters. It's like, yeah, those things still hold true, but I think it made us think that outside doesn't matter as well, right? So it's not a good enough thing to be like, oh, you're kind on the inside. You have to show kindness on the outside. It's not a good enough thing to be healthy on the inside. It's like and it's also like a weird factor that they think that you can't be healthy on the inside but then not have a healthy appearance on the outside. That's the thing that really blows my mind, especially when they talk about like, you know, they talk about like thin privilege. And like, I don't actually believe in thin privilege. I believe in pretty privilege. Okay. Now, some people can be attractive when they're overweight and some people can't. And a lot of people, it comes down to how much weight you're carrying on your face. Pulled my headphones out. So the more weight you carry on your face, the less attractive you are. And some people just have like a range of that, right? And I personally believe like 99% of people, if they are of an average weight, they are of an average attractiveness, right? Or at least average or above. Most people, in my personal opinion, are actually attractive if they just looked healthy. And everything else after that is just preference and nuance. And so at the end of the day, I think it's actually pretty privilege and not thin privilege. It's just you happen to be, sorry to say, on average, come off as prettier or more attractive the thinner that you are. Now, I don't think this woman here was unattractive at all, despite the fact that when you talk about her belly, she referred to herself as straight size. Whether or not that's true, I'm not really even sure. I mean, to me, I think if I had Alex here, he would call her mid-size. Yeah, I don't really like care about those categorizations as much, although I'm jokingly buying into them whenever I talk about it with Alex. And then there's this woman here who used the AI Chubby filter on herself, and she's actually larger. So let's see what the filter does to her. Put it on her and actually made her, you know, cleared up her face a little bit, and it made her smoother, as you said. It made her a little bit thinner, right? And that's kind of like a funny result of the filter, and I'm glad that she has a good sense of humor about it. But yeah, what do you guys think about this filter? Have you used it? Have you made yourself look chubby? Have you made yourself look smoother? Do you care about it? What is your personal opinion on outside appearance, and does it actually matter in society? You know, I don't know if you know anything about the Enneagram system, but I'm an Enneagram 3, and so therefore presentation is very important to us. And you'll see me get all like you know, catty when I have to come on and film a video because I am doing 40 days of videos without any makeup on. And I was like, I get really crabby about it. And because appearance does matter to me. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think you're allowed to care about what you look like. And we've gone to this territory now where apparently caring what you look like is now being conflated with shallowness. And I don't think it's shallow at all. I think it's okay to put your best foot forward and present yourself in the best possible light that you can. That being said, guys, that's the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know your opinions down below. Subscribe, like all those, whatchamacallits, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.